My dear friends, it's easy to get caught up in the noise, the likes, the shares, the compliments. They feel good, don't they? They make you feel like you're doing something right. But here's what they don't tell you: applause is temporary. It's conditional. It comes and goes based on performance, not purpose. The danger is that if you start to believe applause defines your value, then silence starts to feel like failure. But your worth was never built on noise. It was never built on whether people clapped or turned away. It was built in the moment you were created with intention. God didn't breathe life into you for temporary validation. He placed a purpose in you that no crowd can give and no silence can take away. If you base your identity on applause, you'll always be performing. But if you base it on purpose, you'll always be growing. There are moments in life when people won't understand what you're building. They won't see the early mornings, the late nights, the tears, the sacrifices, and in those moments, your purpose becomes your anchor because you're not doing it for noise. You're doing it because something deep inside says, "This is what I was born to do." That quiet conviction, it's more powerful than 1,000 cheers because it doesn't disappear when the stage is gone. It stays, it burns, it leads you forward, and some of the most powerful things you'll ever do in life will never be recognized publicly. They'll happen behind closed doors, when you choose to love, to forgive, to keep showing up. Applause might not meet you there, but purpose will, and it will give you the strength to keep walking, even when no one sees you. Think about the people who changed the world. They didn't do it for attention. They did it because they knew they were born for something more. They understood that applause is just an echo. It's never the source. And when you start living from your source, from your core purpose, everything changes. You stop begging for validation. You stop shrinking yourself to be liked. You start walking in confidence, not arrogance, but quiet, rooted strength. And suddenly, the silence doesn't scare you anymore, because you know God is watching. You know your effort counts in heaven, even if it's overlooked on earth. You start to feel peace in the solitude. You stop chasing applause and start building legacy, and in that place you finally understand you were never created to be impressive. You were created to be impactful. That's the power of purpose. Silence means emptiness, that if no one's cheering, watching, or acknowledging your efforts, then nothing meaningful is happening. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Silence is the quiet ground where strength is cultivated, where character is forged, and where your deepest growth happens. When the world turns away and the applause fades, it's not a sign that you've failed or been forgotten. Instead, it's an invitation to dig deeper within yourself, to find resilience you didn't know you had. This silence is a sacred space, a place away from distractions and noise, where your soul can focus, reflect, and prepare for what's next. The real work is often done behind the scenes, away from the spotlight, and it is in those unseen moments that true strength is built. During these quiet seasons, you learn patience, persistence, and faith. It's in the silence that you discover who you really are, not who the crowd says you should be. You become familiar with your fears and doubts, but you also learn how to face them head on. This time isn't wasted, it's transformational. Like a seed buried beneath the earth, your potential is developing out of sight. You don't see the roots growing, but they are becoming strong enough to support the tree that will one day rise tall and bear fruit. Embracing the silence means trusting the process, even when it feels lonely or uncertain. It's where discipline sharpens your focus, where failures become lessons, and where your spirit grows more resilient. The world might overlook this season, but it is crucial. What many don't realize is that silence holds power, power to reset, to heal, and to build a foundation that lasts. When you stop chasing constant validation and step into the quiet, you open the door for transformation that applause alone can never bring. This is where you cultivate inner strength that no external force can shake. When you emerge from this silent place, you're not the same person who stood waiting for applause. You are stronger, wiser, and ready for bigger challenges. Silence is not your enemy, it is your greatest ally. It's the place where your spirit is trained, your purpose is refined, and your future is shaped. And even when no one else sees it, God sees it all, watching as you grow in ways that matter most. There are moments in life when you might feel invisible, when it seems like no one notices your struggles, your sacrifices, or your silent victories. In those moments, it's easy to question your value or wonder if your efforts even matter. But here's the truth that can change everything. You are seen, not just by people, but by God, who watches over every step you take, every tear you shed, every prayer you whisper in the quiet. You are never forgotten or overlooked. Even when the world turns away, God's gaze never shifts. This constant, unwavering attention means you are chosen, hand-picked for a purpose that's uniquely yours. And that choice is a source of power far beyond what applause or recognition can offer. Being chosen by God means you carry an unshakable identity. It means that no matter what happens around you, no matter how many doors close or how many voices say no, you are empowered to keep going. This empowerment isn't about fame or success. It's about knowing that you have a divine strength fueling your spirit. It's the quiet courage to keep showing up when the world feels heavy, to keep believing when hope feels distant. When you understand that you are chosen and empowered, you begin to see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than reasons to give up. You tap into a well of resilience that keeps you moving forward, even when the path is uncertain. And the most beautiful part is that this isn't a temporary gift, it's a lifelong promise. God's eyes are always on you, watching with love and expectation. This means your worth isn't dependent on what you achieve or how many people notice. It's rooted in the simple fact that you were created with intention, loved without condition, and given strength without limit. So even in your loneliest, most difficult moments, remember this truth. You are seen, you are chosen, and you are empowered. And because of that, you can rise always, no matter what.